Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new show, Toon
Hey.
Talk Worldwide. Of course, you know, every Wednesday at 11 p.m. UK, 5 p.m. Central Time, USA. Pretty late in Qatar, same time in Wales, and of
Hey.
course, what is it? 1 hour less in Iceland, Ulfer.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
10, man, that's crazy, man. This guy,
And
10
still,
o'clock, look, it looks like 6 in the morning, man. That's unbelievable, man. But there you go. What did I see? I saw something happen in Iceland. Was it a volcano eruption?
yeah, that's true. There was a eruption this week,
Yeah, man. Are you
but they're
nearby?
starting to. Yeah, 1 hour away. 1 hour drive away.
Wow. Damn, man. Don't get your house burned down. See, I'm
Yeah, no,
always
you whinge on about little hurricanes and whirlwinds and stuff, man. These guys have got volcanoes to cope with.
yeah,
Yeah,
volcanoes, man. That's unbelievable, man. Yeah, no, I saw. I think it was over motorway. They just had just come
yeah,
down, man. That's unbelievable, man.
but they're becoming
But
experts on building motorways in record amount of time because it's always happening again.
So they're gonna build it right up, man. They're gonna take care of it. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, hopefully, I'm glad you're doing well, mate. And glad, obviously, got to see you back, and Toon Dom from Malaysia, and of course Steven also from Wales. Uh, Dom, before we continue, man, I saw you're getting busy with on Facebook. You got shirts, you got Toon Dom in Malaysia stuff. What's going on, man? Explain, please.
Oh no, just that because like every year or so we come up with a T-shirt, right? So I just felt that that because things have been a bit quiet on the merchandise front, so I thought I'd volunteer to do something for the Malaysian lads.
Yeah.
So I mean, so that's it. It's not much of an explanation. I just thought I just volunteer my time and get some work done in. But the only extra thing is that I had this idea. It's a social experiment. I believe that if someone put in a little bit of effort, I thought we would get the merchandise, we'll get more sales, we'll get more visibility and all that with a bit more effort. So as a social experiment, I tried to, I planned it ahead. I didn't tell anyone. Um, I had teasers like a few days before the release, just like how our kids were released, right? There were teasers and all that. And on the day itself, when I released it, I got friends and family to model the t-shirts.
Yeah.
So I did a whole thing. I did a whole thing, right? But except that there wasn't a marketing thing. It was just me. So it's turning out pretty well. I mean, in less than 2 days, we've had like 30 over orders. So it's
Very
looks
good.
pretty,
Nice one.
so it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
That's right. Well, good deal, man. Good deal. I mean, feel free to send us the link so we can, promote it on here if you want. Maybe some people might want to support, of course. So we'll definitely help it. But definitely go check out where can we find you on Facebook, man? How can we find your group? I know it's in Malaysian, probably.
No, I
No,
mean
it's English.
they can either look me up on Facebook, under Danger Dom on Facebook, or they can look up the Tsunami Malaysia. We're all there.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds good. And I'm still working on trying to put every country that has what do you call it, like I don't know, a pub
Fan
or
base.
a fan base. Put it on the website. I'm working on that, trying to do that, and you can go to the website and that way you can find where everybody's at, etc. So still working on it, and still Mighty Win. We got to get busy with doing the predictions thing for the fantasy football league, I guess, as well. So we're gonna have two Newcastle's prediction thing, and I guess we're gonna do a Premier League sort of league between us as well. Which if we have different results for Newcastle every week on the Premier League one, then that would be shitty. So I guess we gotta keep the same results, same predictions on that. But yeah, we gotta do all that. We gotta worry about that. So yeah, I guess I'm still trying to do on the website, make it there, but maybe we'll just have to pick one of your dodgy spreadsheets and do it that way because we're doing the Euros that way, by the way, which I'm sure I'm winning. I'm on top.
Don't
Also,
shut up, man. Yeah, no way.
Helso started saying, who's the young in the yellow top? Oh man, he looks like that, man. God, man, put that beard back on, boy.
Mini win.
Man, that's crazy, man. I cannot believe that. There was a nice comment right there. Tharkley and Beyond says one of the best channels here, this one. So appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for your support. Hit that like button, folks. It's easy to forget, and you can help us out a lot by just hitting that like button, if you can, please. So yes, sir, yes, ma'am. All right, let's keep going. I guess we got to talk about the Toon. One of the things that caught my attention today is, according to the Chronicle, Aston Villa chief put out a statement saying something about Aston Villa and Newcastle are disrupting the top six, and therefore they're gonna face challenges or something like that. I mean, when you look at it, obviously we look at everything from the Newcastle perspective, but when you look at it from the Aston Villa side of things, they've done the same thing that we did last season, or with the 2 seasons ago now. Qualify for. That's why I think, based on experience, this season for Aston Villa is not going to be as great. And if it is, I will be surprised. I would be. But
yeah, it is full credit to Emery, because it's going to be a tough season for them. Massive.
Yeah.
But then, but still, I beg to differ slightly, because I don't think Villa's getting the massive group of death that we got. No. The worst ever, one of the worst ever groups of death.
That's right. And let me quote him, that way we know exactly what he said. Quote, "We are in a really interesting time of English football right now." Heck is the chief of Aston Villa that talked on the Telegraph, and he said it has been a good decade of Big Six stability, meaning they have kept everyone out. Newcastle last year, us this year. I think it is changing, and I wouldn't bet against us. I mean, what do you think about these declarations, Mighty Win? You are the man of conspiracy and conspiracy, to say the least. So what do you think about this, man? I mean, it is true, isn't it?
Robert Hook, is it his name? And basically what he's saying is that us and Aston Villa have disrupted the status quo, and they don't like it. So they're doing everything they can to prevent us breaking into the top six. And I think anybody with a half a brain must agree that that's what's happened. Chelsea were allowed. Well, it goes back further than Chelsea. You know, Jack Walker at Blackburn walked in, ploughed his millions in, which at the time was enough to disrupt the top 10. Blackburn Rovers won the league, and they became a fixture for a few years in the top half of the Premier League. Then Abramovich he's done it. Why can't I do it? He came in, ploughed his billions into Chelsea, and Chelsea became one of the elite. The top four became a top six. The red four became a top six. Then, became a top five at the time, and then Man City came in. And the Sheikh ploughed all his billions in. And then the four became a five. And all the time, the red three at the top, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man United, are saying, hang on a minute, whoa, wait, this is not what we are used to. We are the best clubs in the country. We should be able to remain where we are. And so they've put every single obstacle in the way of any other club being able to come in and stop them automatically almost qualifying for the Champions League, which is where the big bucks is. And the guys have said, we've had enough. We are going to do what we want to do.
I will slow down, Andrew. Sorry, mate. All right, so let me ask the question. Is there such thing as the Big Six anymore? I mean, Aston Villa this year, us last year, Crystal Palace is pushing, to make a difference. 4 players in the English squad. So, is there even such thing anymore, or is that something that they might be holding on to, keep repeating it that way it keeps going? But I mean, I don't know. I can't remember last time that other teams have been really protagonists like this before. I mean, you can say Leicester City 1 season, 1 year,
and that was because I forget his name now. It's a long. Dom will probably be able to pronounce it better than me. Their Far East benefactor, for want of a better expression, he ploughed money into Leicester, and they did it, not to the extent that Chelsea and Man City had done it, but he ploughed his ill-gotten gains in, by all accounts. But then, sadly for Leicester, the guy really, really sadly died in that helicopter crash when he was leaving the stadium, and his son has not got the same love, desire for to keep Leicester at the top. But there's every chance now that other you say that the Premier League are trying to say that nation states shouldn't be allowed to control. It's all just about money. It always ever has been about money. The richest clubs will be able to buy the best players and get the best results.
Yeah. Let me go.
There still is definitely a top 6. You've only got to look at the revenues generated by those clubs to see that there is definitely a top 6.
All right. Meanwhile, Roy gets situated. Alfred, what do you think about this whole thing, man?
Yeah, listen, I agree completely. I think, in Iceland, that's something I dealt with a long time. We have so many Man United and Liverpool fans here, and they are so deluded because they always think that Man United and Liverpool are the... But, I think that the league is changing, and I think Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal will be part of history, and Newcastle will go up places. Villa, Manchester City, Chelsea. That's where the future is, in my opinion.
Yeah,
spot on.
Dom, what do you think?
Okay, look, definitely. See, the Big Six. Everyone has said the same thing as well, but my version of it is that yes, the Big Six will still be there because it's all about money. Because when you're talking about big, okay, because for the past few days, we've been just for fun, we've been studying revenues and commercial income from all the big clubs, right? And Newcastle, I think the most recent financial reports, Newcastle has finally broken into the top 10 or something. I think we're 7th or something like that with 237 million pounds. But can you imagine if I'm not wrong on 6th place? 6th place is like it's almost double of us. I think Arsenal is like 500 over, right? So the idea of the concept of having a big 5, big 6, big whatever, right? It's all about your commercial revenue, the size of your business, right? So what is a big club? I had this argument with some good mates of mine not long ago, because I was saying that no, we're not really a big club comparatively, right? And then they're going like, oh no, all you Newcastle fans, all you do is complain, you don't deserve what you have and all that. But I'm saying, no, hold on a second, okay? Comparatively, okay, you look at some of the clubs, they've got like massive amounts of income and revenue, right? They've got massive support worldwide. they've got a whole lot of other things, a big step up that Newcastle does not have at the moment. So how does one define a big club? For me, it's kind of money. So yes, there'll always be a top 6, but as clubs get more and more money, like Newcastle, for example, we're like some rich inheritance. We come across some bit of money, right? Then yes, we should deserve to break into the so-called big teams, right? And all this FFP and stuff is just bullshit ways to keep other clubs away. It's like old money keeping new money away, which is bullshit, right? But yes, there will always be big clubs, but there's no reason why there can't be more big clubs. And and Leicester's a perfect example. Right? And yes, actually, sorry, might have been, I can't pronounce the guy's name either, right? Because they're all. I mean, with all due respect, they're all Thai, okay? And all the Thai fellas, they've got really complex names, right? I mean, my name is Dom, right? But their names are probably like their names are probably like Bunyaki Raman or something like that, right? But they've all got nicknames. So
15 letters in the Christian name and the surname.
I can't pronounce the names as well. It's terrible. But yeah, that's for me.
All right, Steve, what do you think, man?
Yeah, top 6. That's what you got. But if the Villa and Newcastle can start bringing in the revenue that the top 6 can't have, and they can build up, then yes, there could be a top 8. But at the moment, it's going to take 2 or 3 years for us and Villa to get anywhere near the income and investment that's coming in from sponsorship and commercial to come into the club. So as we get better, the more money we're going to get coming in. But at the moment, until we hit those sort of heights that we actually win a trophy and do something, that's when we'll get more money coming from sponsorship. Because at the end of the day, we do well, the companies that sponsor us do well. So at the end of the day, that's the only way we're going to get more money coming in. We've got to basically do something to bring that investment in. So until that happens, we'll still be a top 8, but we won't be into that top 6 on the same as they are.
Right.
So
that's fair enough, except that we could bring in the same sponsorship revenue that everybody does at the top 6 do at the minute, but they've prevented us doing it.
Yeah.
By saying the associated party transactions, the APT, they are saying that we cannot get somebody who's going to come in and sponsor us for 50 million, 100 million pounds a season, because that is somehow unfair. The fact that they've been getting way above market value for, the likes of Chelsea and Man City. The fact that that's exactly how they built their business up. And that's what Man City are being done for. That's what Chelsea got out of jail, really, with the Ukraine war. In that respect, that they were allowed to be then taken over by another multi-billionaire. But the bottom line is, if you and a prime example actually is our main shirt sponsor now, Seller. Who had ever heard of Seller before they sponsored our front of shirt?
No.
That they are paying whatever it is, £20 million a year for. When prior to that we were getting, I think we got 4.5 million off Fun 88.
Yeah.
It might have been 7 million, because I think the deal that we did with Noon for the shirt sponsor equaled what Fun 88 were paying to be main.
It was 7 million.
Sponsors.
Yes, 100%.
But the point,
Noon was 7.5, right?
Yeah, Noon was 7.5, and I think Fun 88 were about 7.
8 million.
Was what
about 8 million.
8 million. Well, so around about the same. So we're getting as much for a sleeve sponsor as we were getting for a main shirt sponsor. The point is that the Premier League brand is so big that there will be literally probably billions of people all over the world who had never heard of Salah until their name went on our shirts. So now Salah could argue that they have bought a worldwide brand from being a parochial Middle Eastern brand. They are now a worldwide brand, and that is down to the Premier League. That is down to Newcastle United playing in the most popular sporting competition in the world. So why shouldn't we get that sort of money?
Yeah.
And why shouldn't sponsors be allowed to pay it when they know that that's the effect it can have on their business?
All right, Roy, what do you think, man? Now you got situated, so you got a new look, though. Let's take a look at this. Oh,
We love it. We love it.
Come
My
on,
name
man.
is Mini Win. Mini Win.
Mini win.
Man, you look like that. You look like Roy's evil twin that was kept in the basement.
I'm gonna change. I'll change my name to Mini Win.
All you gotta do is shave your eyebrows now, man.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Mini.
All right.
Mini.
What do you think about this whole thing, man? Is the Big Six still current, or is something that I think of the past, football wise? Now, Mighty Win is talking about money. I get all that, but I mean, you're not going to break that until that's with time. As far as football is concerned, though, are we able to compete? Mighty Win, you've said that if we were healthy this season, we would have been fighting for the Premier League. So football-wise, football-related, is the Big Six still intact? Roy?
Well, Will was right. I think we had a full squad this year. We'll be in top 4 because we ended up with 8 points behind. After all that, call it disaster, whatever the season was, it was only 8 points. So I'm sure if we did, nobody knows, but if we did have a full squad, or maybe even just Tonali alone, would have been a big difference. So I think on the pitch, let's call it. We're still far behind, but we've got a good 11, kind of, that could compete. But we haven't got the squad, we haven't got the depth, and then we haven't got what they can spend every year. So they can improve what they have more than we can next year and the year after. So what the cartel are doing is they're going to try to stop us from generating more money. That's basically what they're trying to do. They want to keep making 500, 600 million and keep us and Villa on that 300 million and stop the owners from backing the club. That's all they're trying to do. So they come up with the rule with the sponsorship needs to be checked first, and there has to be a market value. The same thing about selling your players for clubs from Saudi, has to be a market value. So Chelsea ends up selling about 4 or 5 players to clubs in Saudi and making a couple of 100 million. And we sell Maxi for 20 million or whatever, and everybody's whinging over 20 million. So that's what they're doing. They're stopping us from growing. And they're going to keep trying to do it with us and with Villa the same way because they're scared. And City makes 700 million or something a year.
No, they're 900 now. They're only 50 million behind Real Madrid.
Yeah. Wow. But with City, I think it's...
And that's because City's fan base worldwide, and therefore the income that they generate has grown exponentially. Because they had that initial injection of cash to get them where they were.
Yeah. And we haven't.
And we haven't been allowed to.
But basically, that 900 million now means they can easily... I think the wage bill must be close to 600, 700 million a year. Imagine their wage bill is double what we make. So that's how far behind we are now. But that's City. So Arsenal is a bit less. Liverpool's a bit less. Red Man U, whatever they call the twats. I think they're second. They must be second. So Yeah, we've got miles behind, I think, still. But the best way to beat them is proper management on the pitch and recruitment, which we've done.
Well,
so
that's
good
that's
so
the other
far.
thing that City have done well, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
appointing Pep and
Because Man
the
U
rest
have
is
spent
history.
more than them. Man U have spent more than them in 10 years, the last 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
David Beach saying, I watched a podcast about our new academy coach from PSV, and he's very impressive. We're going to talk about that coming up too. So no neat worries. Is that how you say it? Neat or knee? Knee worry, man. Knee worries.
NEE.
I'm trying.
NEE.
I'm trying. There you go. So we're going to talk about that, David Beach, and everybody out there that's been watching Live Goals. Mick saying, you ain't seen nothing like the mighty win. There you go, Mick. Mick,
Come on, without
hit the like button, folks.
Within.
That's
You'll
right.
not see nothing like the mighty win.
I appreciate
Manfred
that, man.
Mann, 1968. What a
There
song.
you go. So please hit the like button. Hit the like button. It helps us a lot. And of course, it's free. So do that. And if you can, you can help us support the channel by becoming a member for a small fee a month. You're gonna get exclusive content and personal live shows just for you, for members. And we were just live before the show, 30 minutes. I was live talking to the fellas about just regular stuff that you won't find out until you become a member. And trust me, it's not just football. It's just we let things loose in the membership. So there's a lot of stuff out there to watch, and of course, I would appreciate that support, as well as get your name in the monthly raffle, which one is coming up pretty soon. I would say in a week and a half, we're going to be giving something away. The other Dom, UK Dom, has to give something away because he's last on our short fantasy football that we did. So
I've paid my dues.
That's right. Yeah, he did. And listen, a bet in this channel is signed by blood. You must do it, or else we chop a foot. We do something. We
look at this. I look like a twat.
Yeah, there you go. More like a
John Joe Shelby.
That's right.
Spot on. No.
Hell yeah, man.
John Joe with specs.
Question for Mason. How have splashed 40 million on Maatsen from Chelsea?
Or Villa.
The question is, how have Villa splashed 40 million for Maatsen from Chelsea? Well, that's a question. Where is Villa getting all this money from? Because they are getting money.
No, it's from next year's budget. So it's from next year's budget.
Jack Grealish also maybe sale.
Yeah, but they made a bit of money from him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right.
They didn't spend all of that. Bear in mind that every Premiership club is also getting £100 million a year.
I think
if you say Villa, they would have got 100 million plus from the league last year, and then they had 100 million for Grealish. That's 200 million. They have spent money, but they haven't spent sort of billions. Tens of millions.
All right. Moving on, folks. A new report came out today, and this is according to who? Let me see. According to the Sky Deutschland, reporting that Borussia Dortmund might be interested in Yankuba Minteh from Newcastle United. I'm assuming if the deal with the Sancho doesn't go through. So, because if they do, then it would make sense. But if it doesn't, I think they would. I think they're going to get Sancho because Man U doesn't want him, and he obviously would like to go to Dortmund. We talked about him here in this channel. If we would like to have him, I think I wasn't the only one when I said I would take him, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, he's on over 300K a week, so that's probably going to be difficult. So, Yankuba Minteh, what is your take on him? I mean, we've talked about him before when he was linked with Liverpool. My take doesn't change. I mean, in this particular moment where we don't have anybody to play there. I mean, you got Murphy and you got Almiron, but that you already know what they're gonna bring to the table. Why not? I mean, I don't think there's a reason to sell Minteh, but Mighty Win, what do you think?
I've always been very plain. I want to see Minty in a black and white shirt pre-season. Let's have a look at him against some proper teams, playing for the team, and let's say, and obviously Eddie will be seeing him in pre-season training and training with the guys and seeing what he's made of. I wouldn't. I'd be very reluctant, or I'd be sorry to see him sold without having had a chance to look at him ourselves, because we are in the market right now for a right winger. Now, if Borussia Dortmund, who right now are one of the top teams in Europe, if they are looking at him as a potential right winger for them and potentially to replace Jadon Sancho, they've obviously seen something in him. They'll have done that due diligence. They'll have watched him. And if he can be of that caliber, then why the hell are we letting him go? He could save us 60 million.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mini Win.
I'm not averse to selling him, but for God's sake, let's have a look at him first.
Yeah. Mini Win, what do you think?
Yeah, same. Bring him pre-season, see what he's like. Eddie might think, okay, he's got skill. He doesn't have the work rate, whatever. This 40 million, which is we'll probably end up with 25 net because we have to pay his old club a bit of money, and it's gonna get distributed. And then we'll still need to get a right winger. But see him pre-season, judge him after pre-season. Don't go and sell him, because the worst thing that will happen is a couple of years from now, and he's a world killer, and you're gonna think, shit, we had him and we let him go for nothing. Just have a look, just see him. Don't do the Ivan Toney thing. Look where Toney is. Imagine we had him in the last 6 years.
Well, Tony's slightly different because he never looked like a player at all when he was here.
Yeah.
Is he going to Spurs now?
Is he?
I thought he was linked with heavily to Spurs in the last few hours. Not sure, or was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Now I don't know.
Scoring goals for fun if he goes there.
You see, he wants Ivan Toney to come to Newcastle.
I don't mind him. Yeah.
Yeah,
bring him back.
All right. Well,
Solanke, one of the two. Him or Solanke.
Steven, what do you think, man?
Well, I've been monitoring him through friends who support the Dutch team that he was playing for. And they said he's a really good player. He's come on leaps and bounds through the season. And they're sorry to see him go. So my what's him is same as what Win and Roy are saying. We bring him in pre-season, get him in with the team, get him playing a couple of friendlies, and see what he's like. If he's worth keeping, then get on with it. Get him into the team. Because as Roy said, a couple of seasons down the road, he could be worth the money. And at the end of the day, why do we need to go out and spend 30, 40 million on a right side midfield player when we've already got a player? And we're not going to get as much for him.
30, 40 plus, because you're not going to get going to get a proper right winger for me. You're not going to get, if we want to go forward, we're not going to get a right winger for less than 60, 70 mil.
No. But the thing is, if we've already got the player there...
But that's exactly it. If he can save us 60, 70 mil.
Correct. We might make 30 million off him, but we still got to come up with another 30 million or so, as you said, to buy a good right winger. We've already got the player there. And he's going to get better. He just has to get into this, play in regular Premier League games, and we'll see the difference in him within a few months.
All right, Alfred, what do you think? What is your take? I mean, but if you get, say, Borussia pays 40 million for him, would you take that deal?
Oh, Ulf's frozen.
All right, we're going to be back with him.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think personally, I would. I think we need to do one painful sell. We have to sell one per player. I think I would like to see him, but I'm not completely close on the idea of to go forward to maybe sell. But I think maybe we could loan him to some club like Grimsby or some team like that. See how he does in lower leagues in England and decide from there.
Yeah. That's a good take right there. Wayne, did you want to say something?
Just that I think he's probably, and he probably thinks himself to be above that when he's done such a good job in the Eredivisie. To go to a lesser, championship side. In fact, are Grimsby in the championship? I think they're still in Div 1, aren't they?
I'm just thinking if he tries the English style of playing, because I think he might get a shock.
Well, yeah, I agree with what you're saying there. Yeah,
I think both, either Minteh and Newcastle. I think I'm assuming that they both want to give it a try, and just what I'm sensing is that he's going to stay, and Eddie wants to give him a shot. I mean, he's won the damn title. That's more than we could say.
It's like the Sherwood did, keep lure or sell, isn't it? Yeah. And if you keep lure or sell, for me, with Minty, loan is not an option.
No.
You
either keep. For me, you either keep them or you sell them.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm assuming here that we're going to get anywhere near this 40 million that everybody's talking about, because I'm not sure that we're going to get anywhere near that sort of money.
This report also by Sky in Germany, saying that Minteh has several inquiries on his stable, and Newcastle are believed to be prepared to sell if they receive offers in the region of 50 million euros. Now that's proper money right there, boy.
Well, 50 million euros, you're talking 40 million quid. But as I say, I'd be surprised if anybody's going to offer that.
Yeah. But we have to see.
If we sell him early on in the window, might not be bad.
Right.
For 40.
Yeah.
But no, don't go like August 28th or something and then sell him now. Not replace him. If you do,
you say I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that in 2 or 3 years' time, when we've qualified for the Champions League twice, done something in it, progressed as we should be progressing in the Premiership, in 2 or 3 years' time, he could have gone to, let's say, Dortmund and turned from a £40 million player into an £80 million player. But hopefully in 2 years' time, we'll then have the resources to be able to say, right, we'll have him back now.
And
then if he doesn't, we've clicked for 40 million.
We can have the option to buy as well on his contract.
Yeah.
Sell him.
Yep.
And plus we'll have another, you'll get the money as well. If Dortmund sell him to another club, we'll get percent.
We're going to sell on, yeah.
Please, folks, take the second. Andrew Bell, great job right there, brother. You can see Andrew Bell tomorrow on the Fans Forum or on the Geordie Show. Great opinions coming from Andy Bell. You already know Gary is in the chat as well. Nothing to say about Gary. He's one of our hosts here. And but take a moment to pause, close the chat if you need to, and hit that like button. You help us a lot. You have no idea how much you help us by simply doing that. We got a lot of people watching and not as many likes. So hit that like button. I know it's late at night and you're just chilling. And you can do that on your phone, on your TV as well if you're watching on your TV. And if you are listening on Spotify, Amazon Podcast, Audible, iTunes, etc., you can also rate us, like us, and interact with us as well. On Spotify, you can leave comments. Some people have been leaving comments. J-Lo Broski or something like that. He's been leaving comments. Doesn't seem to be really a fan of our opinion, but certainly steals watches and comments. So there you go. Appreciate him for that at least. And this is a channel where everybody has their opinion. And you're going to debate, fight, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're not. We're not. It stays there in the show. We move on tomorrow. We talk about something else. So no big deal. No big deal there. But hit that like button, please. Please hit that like button if you can. All right, Dom. What do you think about Minteh, man? Is he a winger that you like to see in the Toon shirt? That you would? What do you think? What is your opinion about him?
Okay, I'm the last commenter here, so I'm literally on the same boat as every single person who spoke before. Short answer is yes. Short answer is yes. I want to see Minteh in the Premier League, but at the same time, there's also a concern of his performance. So once again, I'm going to rehash what everyone is saying because I'm literally on the same boat. We shouldn't sell him until we've had a chance to see him in a black and white shirt. But there's also concerns that that he may not be tough enough for the English league. But I don't think we should send him on loan because I think he's ready for the EPL, right? When the time comes, cool, maybe on loan, yes, to an English lower tier English club. But I think Minteh is ready for the big for the big time. We should give him a try, right? But I just want to add my own personal point. Watching the the Australian game, right? The Australian games, the 2 Australian games. Looking at Cole, right? We're talking a bunch of mates, right, about Cole, and then we agreed that if Minteh came with the team to Japan, for example, right, and we watch Minteh play against the Japanese teams in those friendlies, okay, we would be able to see a glimpse of what Minteh can do, right? Because I believe we don't have to wait till the actual wait for the season to start before we see Minteh's quality. We play Minteh in one of those friendlies in Japan, and we'll be able to see some, a glimpse of what he can be capable of.
Yeah.
So I would also, in addition to what everyone has said, I would also like to see Minteh in Japan with our lads, right?
Yep.
Because then we'll be able to see what he can do. Because if you watch Cole in Australia, clearly Cole was a bit out of his, it's a bit out of his league, right? He struggled, right? But if Minteh doesn't struggle, right, in Japan, for example, then I think it's a promising start.
So sorry guys, I have to go.
What's up, Over?
My girlfriend. I have to go to my girlfriend.
That's good, man. No worries. Take care, man. Take care.
Take care.
Have a good one, brother.
Cheers, Over.
That's it. Over.
What's that thing that popped up? Did you see that? I did that.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's you, man. That's you. That's you.
Did Alpha just go for a midnight walk?
Yeah.
It's going to work, he said.
No, he's going to see his girlfriend. He's going to see his
right.
girlfriend. Yeah, man. You know what Alfred's gonna do right now?
Well, you know what those Nordic,
look, there is.
those Scandinavians are like, yeah, they're gonna get their bloods.
Hey, you know what Alfred going? In other words,
Banani.
He's gonna get busy tonight, boy. He's on the hunt. No worries, man. We understand.
There is. Look.
Yeah,
What's
man,
that?
you're doing that. It's your numpty device.
Anyway, iPad.
Yeah, man, no worries.
Magic.
There you go. Okay, so yeah, I do agree with you though, Dom. I think he needs to go to the preseason. It would be nonsense if he doesn't, in my honest opinion. All right, so we have Anthony Gordon's surprising statements. I guess you could say surprising. I don't know, but he definitely came out and talked today about that he would like to see a teammate of on the English squad right now. He's a center back. Would like to see him in a Newcastle shirt. And to be honest, even though, because people are saying, okay, well, Anthony Gordon said that all of a sudden we're linked to him. No, there's no really. I don't think.
I think it's the Everton lad, isn't it?
No, he's not.
No,
it's not. It is. I'm gonna get to him, man. Mighty Win. Stop spoiling shite, brother. But I got to do something here, man. My thing is not ready for it. But let me see if I can show it. Let's go. Let's show what. Let's see. Let's hear him talk.
Top. He's such a good player, and I was glad the nation got to see him like shine on that stage because he's such a lovely guy and he deserves what's coming to him. I thought he was unbelievable in that game, considering his height compared to the strikers they had on. He won every header. He was aggressive, intercepting loads, and his main strength is composure on the ball. He's like a midfielder. So him and Stones at the back, it's a great partnership to control a game. I haven't actually seen the Newcastle links. I'm not lying to you, but I mean, it goes without saying I would absolutely love him to come because I think he's a top player and he would make us a better team.
We're talking about the one and only. How do you say his last name? Guehi? Guehi?
Oh, he's from
Guehi.
Guehi. There you go.
From Palace.
He's from Palace, Crystal Palace, playing right now, and playing in a good team. But I mean, I don't know, man. I still
he's going to cost a fortune, I think.
Maybe
a lot of teams looking at him.
Maybe, yeah, a lot of teams probably interested in him, but now that
Not
I think
Man United.
he is a proper center back, man.
Saying that, he's not their best defender. Their best defender is Anderson. Best centre back they've got.
You think that? You think so?
Yeah, I think he's the best one. I've seen him load.
We'll find out tomorrow, won't we?
Well, but is it? He's English international, man. Gay.
The both are.
Is Anderson not playing for Denmark tomorrow against England? I think
Denmark, yeah.
Maybe so. But come on, man. You're gonna need the Danish against me. You want me to get the Danish against me? Come on, man. You know what I'm talking about.
I think
Roy can play for Denmark. Never mind.
No, they're a strong team.
No, they're good. They're a strong team, though, man. I was telling the people in the chat before on the member show.
Not.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, they're a team that can give England a headache. Certainly, which is tomorrow, Thursday, right? Tomorrow. You can watch it if you're a member show. If you're members. If you're a member of the channel, you can watch that stream with us. Enjoy it. So become a member now and enjoy the mighty win. Drinking the bottle. I don't know if he's ever brought the bottle of dog out for England though, because he's been weird about England lately, man.
Well, we haven't needed it yet.
Well, I don't know, man. A couple of times against Serbia.
One game, one win. That'll do for me.
There you go, man.
1-0 to the Arsenal, 1-0 to the England. That'll do. I'll settle for 1-0 every single game.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So I guess that was quick and painless. Nobody gave a shit about Guehi coming to Newcastle.
I would love to see Guehi.
Yeah.
I absolutely love to see
him. But Beer is saying that he prefers Tomori instead of Guehi, though.
Who?
Beer Viking.
No.
Yeah, I can say I prefer Tomori to Guehi. Well, I don't, to be honest.
No, I don't.
Gary Thomas saying that great to hear that we've been given permission to talk to Olise now. Think he's still 100% sold to Chelsea as he was let go from them at 14, but his younger brother's still there. I would assume, I don't know how that works, but if a club asks a permission to talk to a player, wouldn't you assume that they would ask the player before accepting to see do you care to listen to them or what's going on here? I mean, or do you think that they would just say, go ahead and, I
think
the window is open now, so
yeah.
They
matched his clause, I think.
Yeah.
So
once they do this, then they can speak to the player. Well, they don't speak to the player himself.
I think at one point in time we're gonna have to do something that maybe push the limit a little bit. Say, okay, whoever, just one player, say, listen, we're gonna offer you this amount of cash, a lot of money, and a good contract, and we're gonna pay your release clause. Because if we keep being lowballing everything, I don't think we're gonna get very many deals done. And I get the PSR thing, but at least one time, you know what I'm saying? At least one time, just to get the deal done, get one good player in, and you know what I'm saying, because it's
we
about
will
money,
never
man.
be able to match Man United, Chelsea, whoever for wages.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying
Well,
we'll never. Right now, until we can generate the revenue, the additional revenue, we cannot afford to pay the wages that the rest of the top six are paying, and still remain within the PSR
yeah.
guidelines.
Ian Fleming, been a member for 4 months now. Appreciate that, mate. Appreciate the support. Says I will be rooting for Denmark. Oh, come on, man.
He's
Ian.
Scottish. He's got to be Scottish, isn't he?
Ian, man.
Yes.
Ian, are you Scottish or like in the border, man? Are you like
He's Scottish.
English?
Well, he lives on the border. He lives in Berwick on the border.
Yeah, that's on the border.
But he's a Celtic fan, Newcastle fan, and a Scotland fan.
Yeah, so you're Scottish for
Nothing
real.
the
Like,
matter with that.
yeah, okay.
Rangers.
Not my cup of tea. I'm a teddy bear as well, but
Andrew says, Roy, agree, mate. Anderson has been great for Palace. Guehi has youth on the side, though. Yeah, he does. Certainly does. Oh, wow. I fell behind with the comments. And but before we continue and move forward, let's go with some highlighted comments, to say the least. Queen of Heart, Chris, some of us just saw you. Yeah, we were doing the
just
members.
on what Gary was saying there, the release clause for Guehi only applies if a team that's in the Champions League comes in for him. The release clause.
Are you talking about Olise?
Olise. His release clause only applies to teams in the Champions League.
Yeah, but
That's
the
why
release clause. But I mean, that's fine. But I mean, if the release clause is 60, already high. I mean, I don't know other teams that are going to be offering 70 for him. You know, so I don't see it going higher than that. I mean,
70, I'll give it a miss.
I think it'll go to 70 easy for Alicia.
Well, I mean, like I said, Chelsea might pay that, and they got a guy, Maduke, who's linked to us because they're getting another lad that wasn't Olise. So what the hell are they going to do with Olise now? They're saying
that's
right
what
winger.
they're doing. They're buying Olise and selling Madueke to Villa.
I don't think it was because of Olise. I think it was because they're getting somebody else. But I made a read it wrong. But that Madueke has a 7-year contract. Damn, man. Like they just give it 10, 20-year contracts here, you know. Amortization is king, they say. But I think Chelsea,
that will catch up with them eventually.
But I think they fixed that now. I don't think that the Premier League is allowing more than 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. So somebody told me. But I don't know. But he'll have a contract. He's 22. He'll have a contract until he's almost 30. That's one hell of a. You know, you're secured for a long time, man. That's unbelievable. Bilbo saying, "Hi lads, is Mighty Win going to do another conspiracy theory?" I don't think that this is not the show for that. Which, by the way, Mighty Win, people told us, man, they want you to do your own show, and they say the Mighty Wednesdays. That's what Beer Viking said. So just the Mighty Win, turn the camera on, and he rants. Simple as that, man. Stop playing, Mighty Win. Stop being a chicken, and get it done, brother. Jimmy Ray says, "Read lad, who's the twat? He's from Blythe, etc." He's saying all the channels expressions there. Andrew Bell, Iceland legend on again. Oh yeah, he had to go. He had to go though.
He had to go for Punani.
Hey, nothing comes before that, man.
Punani.
You gotta take care of business.
You gotta get your priorities right.
Hey, Foxy says, "Who's that top right? Roy's younger brother." Hey man, that's like Roy's
magic
twin.
trick.
It's like Roy's twin that he keeps in the basement, all shaving up and stuff. But Gary Thomas, what they were saying is no longer a top 6; it's a top 8 with Newcastle and Villa finishing 4th. I mean, and then Crystal Palace is going to get out. There's going to be top 9, and that top whatever is nonsense, man. You know what I mean? Just get rid of it. And there's no such thing anyway. Formal.
But there is such a thing.
There is because the same teams have been winning, and that happens in every league, man.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? It was La Liga has a top 2, a top 3.
Yeah,
Nobody calls it that other than England.
Forget about. There's not another. You know, you got to get it through your head sooner or later. There is not another league in the world to compare with the quality and depth of the Premier League. Not one.
Or so you say. Andrew Bill, we are in direct competition with Villa, to be fair, at the moment. So
Yeah.
if we are been pushed back behind the scenes, they will too, definitely. Yeah, we are. I think it's us, Aston Villa, and Spurs fighting for the same spots. I think it's going to be that for a while. I'm not going to go on a limb and say that we are Premier League title contenders. Well, I'm not going to go on a limb and say that because I'm still haven't lost as much weight as I would. That limb would break as soon as I get on it. But yeah, I mean, when I'm getting skinnier though. You see that?
Got down on the tacos.
Hey,
Hey, what a wordsmith, eh? What a word.
There you go. But I think that we're going to be battling. I'm going to be content fighting for the 4th spot between Spurs, Villa, and Newcastle. And historically, I think we're in the same level. Now I get it. Aston Villa won International Cup.
I am not
300
happy.
years ago. No, I'm not happy with it, but I mean that's the progress. So I expect, that's the progress.
I expect us to be challenging for the top.
Well, obviously. So don't try to twist my words, man. I want to be a champion no matter what, but we are not there. And for the sake of keeping my liver enzymes low, I'm not going to piss myself off.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm not happy to be competing with Villa.
Well, that's where we're at, though.
To be in the top 6. I want to be competing with everybody, virtually except Man City, to be in the top 2.
Jimmy says, disrupting the top 6. I reckon me granddad was disrupting the Germans in 1944. Kenny says, Man City said new rules were fetched into hinder us. Man City, I guess, would be a partner, an ally from afar, I guess you can say, part of that club, but there you go. I don't know. Gary Thomas, it's the East versus West in control of money. Anyone in the UAE, Saudi, etc., will have major walls to break from the American billionaires that want to dominate the Premier League. Kim Cam, City is right
on there. But by the way, the Middle Eastern money and some Far Eastern money, by the way. There's even talk now about China coming and buying a Premier League club.
Oh, they've done
it. They will have the books.
They actually have done it before Saudi came into the picture. They've done it before.
To compete. Yeah, well, there was a Chinese company who bought Wolves.
And they bought Inter Milan. They bought Milan. They bought, they've been doing it. And I think they're
still there. They're still there.
And they were taking players like Saudi Arabia now or Middle East in China. Carlos Tevez was one who getting paid 30 million.
Well, that's right, but that was an experiment that failed.
But they stopped it. They say hell no, man, because these players come in for a year, they want to go back to their country and screw us up. You know what I mean? So they stopped it for a while. I don't know if that's going to be the same case with Middle East clubs, but we'll have to see. I don't know. Kim Cam, City is right. The cartel is trying to stop us from competing and sharing their money. Andrew Bell, we are all forgetting the exposure that Sella Group have added to Newcastle to Newcastle exposure. Biggest sponsors of Matchroom, boxing, the revenue they have gathered and New Eyes is crazy. Cam, they prevented us from spending our money and then they prevented us from getting the sponsor money. Viking, lots of Chelsea money is from Saudi. They are part of the equity group Clear Lake. Andrew saying 25 million sellers sponsored us for. They had been sponsors for 2 boxing fights at that point. Now undisputed fight and 5 versus 5. Somebody's got a phone going. Please mute that. 5 revenues. Niall Powell, Roy, what did your missus say when she seen that beard is gone? What did she say? She said no more tickles. No more tickles.
Said what?
I look like a twat.
You look like a twat.
Oh man, no more tickles, man. She's mad because no more tickles.
Why? So she's got good eyes then.
Yeah. It's like why?
Beer says it's a monopoly. They control the rules. to benefit them and hurt others. They want to those guaranteed European places. Kim, if the Saudis cannot spend their money to make money, they will not be at Newcastle for a long time.
And that's a worrying thing as well.
That it is. I mean, for the short time, I don't think that's going to be a concern. But in the next 5 years, if they can't do it, you might want to worry about that.
They've got patience. They'll wait.
Yeah.
Eventually, even no matter what they do, we will grow and we will make more money.
Queen of Heart, in order for growth and expansion, don't you have to make decisions which are for the long term, that are positive steps? The squad we see now won't be here forever. Sheeran isn't in the current squad. Yeah, that's right.
Spot on, Queenie.
Beer, Eddie demands his wingers to come back and defend. He needs a lot of development. Talking about Minteh. Well, I mean, let me tell you something. If he does his job right, that's what I'm worried about. I understand that defending is part. Maybe Eddie will be asking for that. But once, if and when Minteh, hopefully, he kills the league and starts scoring and crossing and scoring and crossing, the defense is going to be the least of Eddie's concern. Trust me.
We had no problem scoring goals last year. It was letting them in that was the problem with our.
But there were times though where we needed until what's his name? Harvey Barnes got back on the pitch from injury. We didn't have a player that can just tie you the game on the injury time.
Hang on.
Draw the game in injury time. Win the game in injury time. There's not a player in Newcastle right now that you can name me that you can say, man, I hope they give him the ball right now because they can shoot out of nowhere, score. There's not that one player. We are very robotic, vertical, going one way, intense. There's not a freelancer in that number 10 spot, if you can say.
We had Harvey Barnes for about. I'm just guessing off the top of my head now. Maybe it's 9 games this last season.
Towards the end of the season.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
9 games, and in that season, so virtually without Harvey Barnes, we scored 14 more goals than the season before when we finished 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Just off the top of my head, scoring goals is not a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, see, you're looking at just goals as a stat. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about somebody agile on the pitch that can win you the game.
Because you said Minty will not have to defend as long as
I didn't say that.
As long as he's scoring and crossing. What I'm saying is,
if he becomes one of the best players,
scoring goals is not the problem. Even with our depleted attack that we had all last season.
But if you're talking about defense, man, you're worrying about Minteh. Are you kidding me? That should be the last person training.
To play the Eddie way, which resulted in us getting as many goals as we got last season, relies on the players also doing their share of the donkey work in defence.
Well, we got to get the defence right anyway.
Eddie will not tolerate a Ginola for the sake of argument.
My argument there would be if Minteh does an outstanding, amazing job at doing what I'm not saying just playing his role as a winger. I'm talking about being one of the important players in the team to where he's a must starter for the team. As long as he does what he does, Eddie's going to work on the defense, but he's not going to take him off because he doesn't defend. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't if he's doing his, like if Isak is scoring 3 goals per game, do you think Eddie's going to give a damn about the defense? They're going to say, no, you keep that guy in because he's scoring like a crazy guy.
That was Keegan's attitude.
Well, there you go. No. Not necessarily. You can't go on it because I don't think we were smart in that time.
We'll score one more than you. That was Keegan's attitude.
No, but he cared for he didn't care for defense, and that's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You got to be a solid team. But I think you can be a solid team
if we had our regular defense last season, it hadn't been decimated by injuries, we had the best defense in the league the season before.
All right. Well, we got to move on anyways. We can't have a undisputed show today. We had one yesterday, and you lost. So prepare for next week, man. Alan Thompson saying, Chris, the Arsenal game will be the title decider next season, the second last game. Is that right? Second last game? I can't remember.
And I think you're spot on, mate.
That could be, because they're going to be fighting for the title, whether you like to admit it or not.
Our last 5 fixtures are horrendous.
Are brutal. But hopefully we are, we can get it done. All right, let's move on. Because Newcastle United have appointed an academy coach named Jack Brazil as the club's new under-16 lead. Comes from PSV. Brazil will start work at Newcastle next month after spending close to 6 years working with young players on the continent, obviously in the Netherlands, and he's been working with PSV. So the under 17s and 18s is previously done as well. He's done that, and then I think he did under 14s and 12s. Man, he's working with little kids. But I mean, what do you guys think about this? And I know that maybe it's not a popular subject, and people don't, they look at the young lads and like, let's talk about the first team. But it does affect, because we got to do something. We're not doing well. We're not doing well in the academy. There's no other teams, as much as because I don't, I've said it before. I don't get, unlike some Newcastle fans, I don't get rattled or lose my shit just because other teams are interested in Bruno or Isak. It's a little bit of a shame that nobody wants to buy our young lads. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a damn. We're buying cities for the most part. And so, but this kid is coming on to take care of what? The under 16, they say. So, do we know anything about this guy?
Well, he's only 25.
I hadn't heard anything of him, but
he's 25.
I am 25-year-old. He's done his licensed student, UEFA B licensed football coach. Done as many countries: Mongolia, Gibraltar. I just said Canary Islands. If this is the right guy,
So,
Jack Brazil, I would 25 though.
What we do know is that the coaches, the youth coaches that we currently have, ain't been doing the job. Now that could be for two reasons. It doesn't necessarily mean they are bad at that job. It could just be that the quality of youngsters that we're getting in are not very good. That the best youngsters are going to the elite academies that are there in abundance right now. Chelsea, Man City, Leicester, Tottenham. And so you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, as they say. So if he's doing the job that we've known for years and years now, great youngsters have been coming out of Holland, and if he's been doing a job at PSV, let's hope he can do a job for us. But that's like a 10-year project. That's not going
to. Yeah, that's not going to be immediate. But
but it definitely needs looking at. It definitely needs addressing, so that we can eventually have the same production line, which Chelsea have got now, which Man City have got now, which Tottenham are just getting onto now. And Leicester, when Leicester set up their academy and training facility, which is like state of the art, it's fabulous. Let's see how we get on, because that's a project in itself. That apart from the first team.
Yeah. Dom and Steve, do you guys have anything to say about this?
I was looking up, like I say, I've just looked him up now. He's on different pages. It says he's 29, so maybe that was a different thing. But the experience he's got, so maybe he was 25 going to PSV, and he's been there as under 16s, under 17s assistant coach. But looking at his experience, he's looking good. He's got the experience. He's been around. Right. He's a graduate of Coventry University. So it looks like maybe he was a youth footballer, didn't make it through injury maybe, and he just went on to do coaching to make his way up. So it looks like he's got the experience. So it's something that Newcastle must have seen.
He's 30. The excellent. He's 30. Adam Thompson, Chris, the academy is the most important thing, long-term simples, especially with PSR rules in place. Yep. Yeah. Hopefully we won't need that, though. Hopefully we won't need to go that far because, I mean, we want to take care of this PSR situation now so we can buy established players. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Dom, any thoughts on that?
Not really, because I'm trying to look it up, right? But I don't have much information on him. But yeah, I don't have much information on him.
Yeah,
But I'm in a position where I kind of trust the process at the moment because I'm sure, hopefully, the club has done their homework. But I'm not personally too familiar. I'm trying to look up, and I don't think I'm familiar.
Right,
I don't
right.
think any of us are qualified to.
No.
You know, so let's hope that this is something that. Excuse me. This is something that the director of football should be doing, of course.
Well, of course, yeah.
Appointing the guys in these positions.
Yeah,
and we are sitting without a director of football now, so somebody's doing that job. But by the very fact that he's been appointed, somebody is doing that job.
All right. To finish, last but not least, Morgan Gibbs White. He's been linked again. I mean, I've been hearing his name linked to Newcastle for a while now. One of the worst things is that he's 24 and he was born in 2000. That makes me feel old as shit. But that's neither here nor there. Good player. I mean, I don't know that there's really no debate. 40 million, about maybe 40 million euros. I don't know. He's probably worth more. Good player. I mean, are we in a position?
I think you'd certainly get him for 50 mil.
Yeah. Is he playing? Has he ever had opportunities?
Is he really that step up that's going to take us to the next level? That's my only worry about him. I think he's a good player. Don't get us wrong. Good player. He'd be a good squad player, let's say, for the likes of Man City or Arsenal. That's where we need to be. For me, if we are spending big money, and I would say 50 million is big money, we need to be buying players who are going to go straight into that first team and perform from day one, and knock somebody else onto the bench. And that's the hard thing to do.
Yep. Roy, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if he costs 50 million, it'll be great. But is he the player that's going to take us to the next level? Where are we going to play him first? Are we going to play him on the right side midfield, or are we going to play him on the right wing? That's the thing. So, because I see him with Forest, he doesn't play on the right wing. He plays like a right-sided midfielder, carrying the ball up. So sometimes he's on the right, sometimes he's not. But
man, I see him more as a, I don't know. I see him a lot on the left side though.
But I prefer Olise though. I prefer Olise. If we're gonna buy one and spend a lot of money on, that's the one we should buy.
Yeah, because this guy's gonna be 50. At least if he's 60 or 65.
Well, if we sell Longstaff, then maybe that'll be a Longstaff's replacement.
Hey, that's the first time he's had a mention tonight, Roy.
Yeah,
we're trying to stay away from him, man.
He's still there.
That's right. All right,
still there.
Steve, what do you think about Gibbs White?
We have 1 week before we do those things.
I don't know. It's as you said. Will he fit in? He's going to be versatile. You know, as you said, we're on about Minteh come in. We've already got quite a few players on the other side. Right has always been the problem we've got at the moment. Elise, I would say, was a better player to come in. Yeah, he might cost us a little bit more, but I think he's a better player. Gibbs White, I'm 50-50 really. I think we're better off going for Elise. If we can't get Elise and Minteh, they decide to do whatever with Minteh, maybe then okay, bring him in, might have him for a couple of years. But we've got to think about the money that we're going to have to spend. Could he be good for us or could he be a flop? That's the thing.
I don't think
He's-
Gibbs White
we'll
will be
never
a
know.
flop, but I just think he's not just that next
Yeah, he's not that next level.
up.
No, it's just another squad player.
Yeah, you know, you could say he's an upgrade on Miggy and Longstaff, which is sort of where he's going to be hovering around.
Yeah,
Right.
He's
It looks
definitely
like-
upgrade on
yeah.
that. But is he an Alicia? No.
No,
No.
but he's not even a. I agree with the chat. He's not really a winger though. He's like a. I mean, he can play there, but he's like a 10, like a behind the striker type player. Bilbo saying that. Gary said that. You know, and I do agree with it. You know, I was looking at him today on the Transfer Daily show that you guys can all watch. And you know, I don't know. I mean, let me look at his injury though. I didn't look at that actually. That would be good. I don't know if he's been injured much. Oh no, not really. Broken foot in 21 though, but that's a freak injury, I think. Ankle injury, back injury as well in 2020, but nothing else since then. So he's been pretty healthy. So I don't think it's going to be an issue there. But the thing is, Dom. I mean, if you're going to pay 50 million pounds for him, might as well go for somebody like Olisi.
What do you reckon, Dom?
I don't rate I don't rate Gibbs White at all. Yeah, I mean I love Olise.
Ooh.
I mean I kind of like I kind of like the Palace players, definitely. Any of them I'd happily take right now. But I don't rate Gibbs White at all. I mean, no disrespect, he's obviously a better player than me, right? But I don't think he adds any value to the squad. Because every time we play against them, we've played them to the ground. I mean, despite the 3-0, despite the 3-1, right? Despite the Chris Wood hat-trick 3-1, we still played Gibbs White to the ground. I don't rate him at all. So yeah, so it's a big no for me. If he comes in, he's going to become a rotation player. Is he okay with that? You know, he's not. If he does, I mean, it's just rumors, and I don't think it's true. If we do bring Gibbs White in, he's going to think that he's coming in as a superstar. But the truth is, he's not better than a rotation player. He's not he's not really better than a lot of our first teamers. So he's going to come in as a bench warmer, you know, as a glorified rotation player. Does he want that? I don't think he does, and I don't think we want or we need someone like that. So yeah,
good point. Good point.
Don't sit on the fence, Dom.
Good point. By the way, Glenn Atkinson on just got this notification on commenting on the Undisputed show last night. Says good crack them two going at each other, both making some good points. So you know we're definitely going to bring the Undisputed show. I think with Colin and the Mighty Win to talk, because they disagree on everything, and so. If the sky's blue, you know the Mighty Win is saying it's red, so you know who's wrong most of the time. But they have good debates anyway. Yeah. But anyways, we'll definitely bring that back. I did before we go. I did have. Oh man, I lost it. I had a quiz question for you. You gotta come prepared now. But let me. Where is it? Let me look it up because. Before we finish, thank you everyone. Please hit the like button. Every show we should try to reach at least 70 likes, close to 100 likes, for us to keep making progress and move forward. So we always get about 80, sometimes 100 people watching at a moment given time. So it doesn't hurt much. If you're a Newcastle fan, just hit the like button. Check to make sure that you did, though. Sometimes it just you forget about it. So make sure you do that if you don't mind, please. All right. So. The question is, who was born Newcastle player in 1936? Wait, is this guy? Hold on, I had to Google because
So he was playing in the 50s, presumably.
Yeah, 36, so up to 60.
So
max.
In the cup teams of the 50s.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a hint because because Dom's got to go to work. Just this hint, you're gonna know. If you don't know with this hint, then you got issues, man. All of you. He was born in and this is a blasphemy, by the way, that he was born in Washington, in Washington, the United Kingdom. Blasphemy that one of our the president who he was the first president after we broke away from the UK. He had an ancestry in England. Unbelievable. Well, not unbelievable. I mean, that's just common sense. But he had a damn house over there.
Every American president's had an ancestry in England, man.
Well, everybody. So yeah, in that sense, yes. But he shouldn't have. I don't know where I read it. He was going back. I think you told me that he wasn't. That was way after his time, his death.
Is that George Washington's ancestral family home is in Washington?
But I would have said, if I was George Washington, I would. If I was George Washington, I would have said, man, burn that thing, man. I want nothing to do with them. We're freed from them at last.
We've got the original Washington, man. You've got the team of Washington.
Okay, so this player, born in 1939, was born in Washington, UK. He was said to be blessed with amazing stamina, and he would need it as he was still working part-time doing the pits when he made his NUFC debut. He was working in the pits. I don't know what that means, but
in the mains.
Extremely quick, and was a regular for 4 seasons at St. James's Park. Who was the player?
What was
Ronald Wood?
What were the seasons?
Man, you want me to tell you what? You just want me to tell you his name? Come on, man. I just told you. From Washington. How many players from Washington do we have in our history?
Got no idea.
Exactly. Only a few, man. Played 4 seasons for the Toon. Scored played 143 games and scored 19 goals. Come on, man. Stop playing.
So he's going to be a midfielder or something. Jimmy Stooler.
Is he still alive?
Man, what's wrong with you? Well, he could be actually, but
so he's.
I don't know. I give in.
Okay, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. So, Steve,
Milburn.
Yeah, that's your guess. Okay, so what's your answer, Dom? I'm googling the hell out of this, man.
No, I have no idea.
And yes, he is still alive. By the way, he is still alive.
Right, born in 1936.
Okay,
Chris, you said he was born in Washington, right?
Oh, yeah. Don't say it if you Google it.
No, I mean, but 1936.
Yeah. No, man, stop googling. Hey, Roy, last time, man, go.
Absolutely no clue.
Okay, good. He played for Derby County as well, Lincoln City, and Boston United. We're talking about none other than where is it? It wasn't George Mitchell, Allen. It wasn't Niall Powell had it. Gordon Hughes, ladies and gentlemen.
Never heard of him.
Come on, man.
You should have heard my answer.
And he was a right winger to a position that we need right now. He was born in Washington, which was then County Durham. He worked as a coal miner and played football part-time in Tulloch Town.
Washington is no.
At the time, it's saying at the time it was
County Durham.
That was where we bought Chris Waddle from.
Well, at the time, it was part of County Durham. So, he did not initially go full-time. He became a first-team regular in 57-58 season and remained for 4 years, which he was involved in one of the highest-scoring matches in club's history in 1958, which led at Chelsea by 4-3 with oh my God, that was high-scoring? Damn, man. You can tell the league's changed.
Nothing. That Fulham 7-6.
Well, I'm just saying what it is right now. He had to leave the field with a broken nose and eye damage. Oh, wow. Okay, well, there it is. And somebody paid £10,000 fee for him, though, to go to the second division, Derby County. I bet that was a lot of money at the time.
Well, that was big money then, in 1958.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
The 4 years that he played, you said, from 56 to 59 or something, you said. So he missed out on the FA Cup.
Just last week was a player from 1926. How are we supposed to get these? Come on, man. We got to keep the history alive. And you got it right, though, didn't you? You say, no, that's Niall. Niall said that. Niall got it right. Gordon Hughes. So there you go. I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to hit the like button. on your way out tomorrow. Fans Forum, NUFC Fans Forum here live. You're gonna see Jamie from.
Hang on.
Oh, you gotta do that crap. Okay, zoom in, man. Quickly. We ain't got time. Dom's gotta go to work, man.
Well, the mighty win that. But let's just say the mighty win wins.
Yeah, man. You got
listen. The mighty wins in the league.
I don't know why you guys ask for predictions every day, man. What the hell's going on here? There ain't no way all teams are playing every day.
Because there's games on every day.
You should ask for the whole week, and everybody that I'm at work, man, worrying about damn predictions. Come on, man. You should do every match the whole week, and we give you the answers, and you put it in that dodgy ass spreadsheet you got. So
no, because then you don't know how they've played in previous games.
Man,
yeah, we need to forecast a bit.
What are you not going to show
build in what you've seen?
See, like if Scotland got beat today, I would have definitely had them to get beat the last one. But now they've got a point.
Hey.
I don't think they'll lose the last.
Oh, that was a cracking game, absolutely brilliant game, Scottish game, and the Albania Croatia.
That was fantastic.
I haven't seen.
And who predicted the correct score in that?
Yeah.
Mighty win.
Beer Bragging says whoever taught Mighty Win spreadsheets need to go to prison. Yeah, man, we got to work on that.
Self-taught.
We got to work on that. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you've done it. Thank you so much to the listeners on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, etc. I appreciate it. Let us know what you think in the comment section there as well. And we will see you tomorrow on the Newcastle United Fans Forum at 10 p.m. UK. You'll see a lot of the folks that are not here, of course. Andy Bell, Jamie from the mag. Yeah, a lot of people. So there you go. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, folks.
Catch you later.